As promised, working our way all the way to head coach Paul Chryst. Coach, thanks so much for joining us. As all accounts go today, going smoothly from Andrew Marlott to each coach we've talked to. Love when it shakes out that way. Let's talk about, though, Corey Lyles, who we just saw. I mean, considering the associations, the ties, the background, he had to come here, right?
Well, it certainly helped. And first time we got to watch him on tape, it was you could see the talent. And I think he's got, certainly his arm is a live arm, and he's got great strength there. But I enjoyed watching him play. I think he just plays the game. I think that's important at the quarterback position. And then a team that's successful, that's good. And the more you get to talk to him and understand who he is, that's when you felt like this is a good fit. I think he loves the game, wants to study it, wants to be great. I think he's got some great leadership skills, all that. We're excited, and really we get the bonus of having Gray and Dallas here right now, and I think that'll help. I'm looking forward to getting going with him really tomorrow. How
much fun it is for you to talk to a kid whose parent not only played but played here. I mean, that's got to be a little extra fun for you when you're recruiting like that.
It is, especially when they're a good player and you think you got a chance to get them that. And yet it's, I think he understands this place.
Yeah.
And that's what I'm proud of, really, with the whole class. I think the group got the big picture of what Wisconsin is. And we talk about it all the time, not just what Wisconsin is, but who Wisconsin is, and understanding the value of it all. And I think Cray definitely, mom and dad went here. It's special to him. But I also think there's enough time that's gone. He can make it, he can write his own story, and that I'm looking forward to.
We've heard smart, tough, and dependable for the last hour and change. I'm going to go ahead and assume that you authored that. Where does that come from? And why smart, tough, dependable? Something you picked up along the way? Is something you've always?
Yeah, I didn't.
It's a foundation. Not originally, but
I didn't coin it. And,
not coin it, but here.
Didn't coin it, and I'm neither smart nor but I think that in knowing the kids that have gone through this place, and I think what set them apart, the ones that have success and the teams that have success are smart teams. And what is smart? It's smart enough to know how to get better, smart enough to know how to manage your day, smart enough to hear the coaching points and get better with those. Tough, it's not easy, and you need to be mentally tough, you need to be physically tough, and dependable, accountability. Those go hand in hand, and it's, knowing that you can count on the guy next to you, they can count on you, and with that, there's a responsibility to it. So I think that the teams that are made up of individuals, so the individuals that are smart, tough, and dependable, they have a chance, and we then, as a team, have a chance to be our best.
All playing into recruiting. When it comes to recruiting, how is your visit, a head coach's visit, different than anyone else we've had on set for this show, an assistant coach? When the head guy comes in, what's different about that visit?
Well, I think the one thing that's different is I only get one time to go see them. Yeah. And now many of them I've seen them, they were here for a visit, they're here for an unofficial visit. But that you want to make the most of that. It's I think what's unique for me is by having gone into everyone's house and seeing it, I can also share with parents and kids about the rest of the class. But I think for me it's one shot, and you appreciate. I appreciate it now more than I did as an assistant, because when I was an assistant, I could be in the house 3-4 times, been around the kid a lot. You get one chance, you want to maximize that day, and yet I still think it's really important to go out and to see where they come from, to see, meet people in the school, meet people in the community maybe, seeing what their house is like, seeing, brother and sister or whatever that may be. I think the home visit's crucial, but, unfortunately I only get one as a head coach, and so you want to maximize it.
How does the recruit or the parents, how do they perk up when you are characterizing the class as a whole? I mean, it's a team. It's all part of a team. You're sharing those stories, those traits that are important. That's when they tune in.
Well, you hope they're tuning in the whole time. But, I think that for instance, we had probably 4 or 5 big recruiting weekends. And let's say we had one weekend we got 10 families, 10 kids on it. They know each other and they're around it. Those parents are around it. And I think back to a couple of groups that had a great time. The parents were meshing and it was a great fit. Then you have the next weekend, you're like, I wish this group was with the group from last week because it's the same group. Different personalities, different names, but it's the same. And I'm like, you're going to love this group. You're going to love that. And I think they feel good. You know, in the end, I think all recruits end up saying, when you say what made the difference, why'd you pick Wisconsin? They'll say, it felt right. You know, it's a feel thing. And so if you can share with them, maybe reinforces or reaffirms what it is that they felt, and then we get energized. You know, we as coaches sat around and said, this is a good class. That's a special group. Boy, those parents were something else. Those kids, how they've gotten together. So you just want them to know how energized we are. And because it's going to be that group, whether it's the kids or even the families, they're going to be with each other 4 or 5 years. They'll form some great friendships and bonds through that.
Now that you've turned the page officially from the Holiday Bowl and last season through signing day, spring practice coming up, a year ago, you had a quarterback kind of help transition a staff, I think, into place. And now it might be the opposite, Coach. You got a staff that's going to have to help transition a new quarterback into place. How different will this spring be for you?
You know, every spring's different, and this one certainly will be. As far as the quarterback position, I'm excited. You know, I think Bart and Alex, one, they're going to get a ton of reps, and he's here and he can learn, and then that's the three that we have, and our job is to make sure that they become, you know, they improve, and the goal is really to get them, we got to get them ready to play, you know, and I'm not going to worry about naming a starter, who's the starter. I want to make sure that Bart Houston is getting better, Alex Hornibrook is getting better, and that's really the focus in spring. I want to make sure Craig gets an understanding and starts to feel comfortable in this offense, and you know how they progress. That's on them. It's on us, and I'm excited about that.
Well, so I think not only I know the rest of the staff, everyone thrilled about this class. Can't wait to get on the field and actually get spring practice going. But also everyone who follows this team looking forward to what you guys put on the field.
Yeah, it's
this spring.
Yeah, and you know I've loved right now. Kids are back in the weight room and they're enjoying kind of this winter phase and appreciate what Ross is doing there. And it feels like the game just finished up, and certainly today with, you know, the official end of this signing period, and yet it is an exciting time, and it always is. And looking forward to getting back and kind of doing some studies with our different projects, and then spring ball will be here shortly, and it's always a fun time when you're on the field with the kids.
It is, and it will be here before we all know it. Let you get ready for it. Head coach Paul Chryst wrapping up what has been 75 minutes here from the football offices inside Camp Randall Stadium for Inside Signing Day. That's going to do it for 2016. Thanks so much for joining us, everyone. We really do appreciate it. For head coach Paul Chryst, all the way back to Andrew Marlott, all the coaches, UWBadgers.com's Brandon Spiegel, I'm Chris Hall. Thanks for spending part of your day with us. And also want to take a minute to thank everyone who made this show happen. Jeff Bell, John Schaefer, Jerry Mao, Colin Ludema, Daniel Stolovitsky, Patham Karu Naratni, Brian Lucas, Brian Mason, Andy Baggett, Paul Manier, Brittany Ewing, Lauren Arndt, TJ Angles, and Kadero Watson. Everyone playing a role in making this show happen. We really do appreciate all of you watching. If you missed the show, if you tuned in late, or frankly you just want to watch it again, it'll be archived on UWBadgers.com this afternoon. I'm Chris Hall. Everyone have a great rest of your Wednesday.